Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome on in, welcome to the channel. This is Wagworks GA. I'm Jeff, also known as Wags, and yeah, we do comics here and art. I am one half of a creative team with my wife Ashley, and we make comics for kids. That is a very convincing Robo-Goose Army march of emotes, Frank. I like it. Frank, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. I hope your night's going well. It's funny because like this is where the way that I've got my tablet set up with my artist table, this is where I'm looking at chat, but now I realize it just kind of looks like I'm looking down on you, and I'm so sorry about that. Ew. What's ew? What's ew? Well, anyway, everybody, welcome on in. I hope you're having a good night, all of you. Yeah, so I think I kind of gave the spiel already about the what you're gonna see here tonight. And yeah, so Frank, thank you for kicking off the bot. News first announcements tonight. Kickstarter preview page is up for Kids Comics Unite. Let's go at Kids Comics Anthology. If you've watched the stream at all, you've seen me working on our piece for this quite a bit. But yeah, we are just one of, I think, 28 comics in there. We are super excited. We've been working on this book together with a crew for about a year. And we're here, guys. Tuesday, Earth Day, April 22nd. The Kickstarter goes live. We're going to have a launch day event. And then, actually, very appropriately, launched the thing already. Very appropriately, this is actually going to be probably the last kind of normalish stream for a little bit, because we'll be doing a series of streams. Still lining up a few folks. I have one set in stone with a date. Well, I mean, not in stone, but like I have a date set for one. 131. Wait, what? So May 1st, I've already got someone set up. We'll do an earlier stream that day because that person is at in a time zone where this would be a very unreasonable time for them. And I've got two other critique group members we're lining up. We might actually just do a group stream on that one. It'll be fun. There'll be probably just a couple of them. So the campaign is about 30 days. We'll probably do all 4 weeks. Do something. Set in stone. You know, like we are very scuffed and very flexible here. That's how we roll. 1 out of 31 comics, old man. Oh yes, yeah. I thought, okay, sorry. Some of the literature. So it was funny because it started out as, I want to say there were 47 of us that initially signed up. Then we were split into committees and had to figure out like what we could conceivably contribute and do. And I think the number started to dwindle a bit. And I thought that I'd heard 28 comics, but 31 creators, perhaps? You know what? You know what we do? I know how to settle this, is we just go over to the Kickstarter page. That's what we do. Yeah, 31 international creators. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna do the thing. Hold on. This is still... Yeah. No. Oh, I'm off to a great start tonight, guys. Okay. I'd had it all set up and ready to go in OBS, but then I realized I had it in the wrong browser window. And pew, there we go. There's our Kickstarter. Yeah, so you could always, if you're interested, if you haven't already, go to the page. You can sign up to be notified when this launches. We're over 100 followers, which is pretty exciting. We've got all sorts of awesome folks on this. The cover design, beautifully done by Elizabeth Perez. And then we've got David Quinn, a writer he's written comics for like Marvel. He is an incredibly awesome guy. Has done a lot of amazing work. You can see he's just one of our featured ones. One of our featured creators there. I think he actually collaborated with Patrick Lugo, who we have some of his books on our shelf here. yeah, he collaborated with him on his comic, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. We're very excited to get this thing going. Yeah, and actually have it in our hot little hands. Hopefully by, I don't know, end of summer, early fall, would be the hope. Thank you for penning that, Frank. So that's the big announcement, right? Big announcement on both the Kickstarter, and the big announcement on the fact that we're gonna have some different time streams and different format streams coming up over the next month or so here. You're probably gonna see me do some test streams. You can always come in and say hey, but I may not be super responsive, and it may be very scuffed / cursed as I do some tech setup. But we'll see how that all goes. Another Thursday has come and passed. Another no replacement S Pen. Oh man. Well, I would, but I actually don't use any of their products right now. So I guess I kind of already am. Maybe I was ahead of you. Who knew? I knew that they were gonna do this to you on the S Pen, and I cut them off at the pass. Oh, one more announcement. Oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at it. I can't watch it. I don't watch a lot of my stream recordings. Because one, who has time for that? And two, you know, it's hard to watch yourself, okay? Right? But at any rate, I didn't watch it yet, but our interview is up today on Story Comics. If I was clever, I would have actually looked up the link and shared that with you all, but you can actually see Ashley speaking, which is not something you frequently see here on stream. Just a moment. Just a moment. Oh my goodness, there we are. It's real. It's really there. It's really real. Here, I'll drop it in the chat if anybody wants to see. Yeah, that's us. That's us on Story Comics. That's good times. Holy moly, we're out there in the world in a way that I didn't record and produce myself. That just went live this morning too. Barney was kind enough to send us an email and let us know it was up. But yeah, neither Ashley nor I have rewatched it. We had an amazing time talking with him. The guy interviewing us, Barney, he's just an incredible fellow. Like, holy cow, the stories. He was in the Peace Corps. He owns a radio station. He's like, he may now at this point have already done it. He was looking at buying a newspaper. He's done a series of comics based on his time in the Peace Corps. Just a really fun guy to talk to. Had some really good Star Wars suggestions for introducing the kids the order of watching the movies for Star Wars, and also some good tabletop role-playing game stuff too. We just had a great chat. I think we talked to him for like half an hour before he even hit the record button, and then for a while after he turned off the recording, just chatting about random stuff. Comics. Well, thank you. But Story Comics interview, yeah. I now realize what you did there with the command. Thank you. Yeah, it's lots going on. It's pretty crazy. We're entering the mad marketing phase for the anthology, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's just the hype is growing, so it's fun times. Yeah. What else? That's it for announcement time, really. As a side note, Frank, you know, I mentioned Star Wars. You know what's happening right now, right? Sorry, I'm drinking coffee right now at 10:15 at night because that is how I'm alert and awake to speak to you all at this time after a day of day job and parenting. Not Star Wars. Well, I mean, that could be happening. I don't play the fork knife. No, Star Wars Celebration Japan is happening right now. I just noticed before stream that they were kicking up their live feed from the conference or the convention, the conference. Very serious stuff. Buy me tickets. Man, I would love to go. Holy cow. Yeah. So that's exciting. So for anyone who doesn't know, with the family here, we're Star Wars fans. And Frank and I have chatted a few times, especially about the High Republic books and media that have come out, of which I've read one. But I will tell you, Nubs is awesome. That's what I can tell you. Okay, so let's keep things moving, guys. All right, that's it for announcements. We're gonna go to warm up. Even though really I'm just doing a very chill stream today. We're just shading the last bit of the Core Toons comic I was working on. I will do a warm up. I know I skipped it last time, so let's do it. Let's warm up. Let's have fun. And to do so, I use these guys. Halfway through High Republic Escape from Valo. I'm so far behind on High Republic. I really have got no clue what the context of that one is. So yeah, I picked 4 cards that seem like they'd be fun, interesting, or cute to draw as my warm-up, and I'm just gonna randomly pick one, which is it's Magnemite. It's Magnemite. So that's who we're gonna pick today. We're gonna warm up. It's gonna be a 5-minute warm-up as usual, and one of these days I will start up Clip Studio on time, and it'll be great. But as I'm booting that up, I'll just give the usual spiel. So it's not going to be a finished piece. It's going to be like a sketch. Maybe I'll get to the pencils phase. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going to, mess around with the composition on the sketch for 5 minutes, and that'll be it. But the point is to loosen up, to have fun, to kind of engage the art brain before jumping in on our main task for tonight. So now that I have brought up the empty canvas in Clip Studio, I will go on over to Art View. Beep. And I still crack myself up every time when I do that, and I will never stop. It's quite simple. You cannot stop me. I am out of control. There we go. So yeah, aside from my lack of knowledge about the actual book, Frank, how are you liking it? Importantly. That seems fine. Right, did I copy you? All right, drop in the reference. Resize a wee bit. Label my layer. Label my layers. Which you can't see me doing, but I swear I'm doing it. It's true. You can't prove I'm not. Get the name on in there for my talented and wonderful video editor who puts that in the description on YouTube when she posts them. All right, so what we're gonna do is get a 5-minute timer ready to go. You are welcome and encouraged to draw along with me because art's fun. That's what I said. Say it every time. Frank, I like the warm-up. Nice. Okay, before I start the timer, I'm gonna pay attention fully to what you're saying to me. Yeah, it's breezy. That's quite breezy. $75, like sustained? Cause that's nuts. It's funny because like all the wind speed stuff that I've been doing lately for hurricanes for work has been in like either knots or in meters per second. So I'm like, oh gosh. But meters per second you can kind of convert to kilometers per hour. Power's been blinking like crazy. I'm sure, man. Holy cow. Just cry. I can do that. I can spare a tear for you. What is it? So it's 45.7 kilometers per hour. Meters per second. I mean, you're getting, you know, that's about 24, almost 25 knots, which tropical storm force sustained is 34. So you're not quite as tropical storm, but that is still no slouch. That is an intense wind. Because like, what are we right now? We're something. Okay, I will let you get a canvas. All right, we are. Yeah, so 15.8 kilometers per hour. So we're significantly less over here. All right. So this is the last call for anyone else who's joining in to go ahead and get their canvas ready. And you don't have to draw the Pokemon. You can draw whatever you want. You can draw my funny face. You can draw whatever you're staring at in the room in front of you. You can draw stick figures dueling to the death. If that is what makes you happy, it's just fun art time. That's the plan. Wait, let me get a canvas. I'm assuming you're opening a digital canvas. I just imagined you, Frank, like running off to pick up like a giant like 6 by 8 foot actual canvas. Okay, coffee's all done. Good. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I work in Clip Studio Paint. That is my art program of choice. I've been using it for, gosh, 4 or 5 years now. I'm on, I did just recently upgrade to version 3.0. It's great. It's built around the idea of doing comics. It started its life as, I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Started its life as manga studio. And yeah, it's got a lot of handy tools for paneling, for doing word bubbles. It handles vector and raster. It's great, and I'm going to fully endorse it. And for those of you, while we're waiting, for those of you who did not see the comic, this is what I'll be working on tonight. I already have sketched, penciled, inked, colored, and now I'm just laying down shading on it. Yeah, we're just about there. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? That sound effect layer in panel 4. I was gonna give it a white border. There we go. Kind of liking how that makes it stand out. Okay, ready? All right. 5-minute timer, everyone, starts now. Happy drawing. All right, so first thing you'll notice, I like to do my sketches in a... I thought I changed the color. I like to do them in a non-black color. He says, drawing in entirely black. That's just for me. I like to have a little bit of visual distinction for me between what my final lines are and my my preliminary work. What is going on tonight, Clip? You are having trouble keeping up. That's okay. And also, it's a little bit of a holdover from the days when I would do comics on with pencil and paper and then scan them on in. Blue pencil lines tend to be easier to remove when you scan and convert to grayscale. So that is what I tended to use back in those days. So we're just kind of getting in the shape of the magnets here. Another thing you'll notice aside from the blue, is that I like to work with really rather large brush sizes for my sketch, and that's just to stop myself from trying to get too much detail in. It's much harder to add detail in something that is like with a giant brush, and therefore it lets me just focus on the big shapes and the big pieces of the whole composition. And then the other thing you'll notice is that this Pokemon looks very sleepy, and that's because I like to draw my warm-up Pokemon sleeping. It's a thing. I started a series of sleeping Pokemon art, and so I kind of like to continue with that theme. And also it's cute, and also it gives me a really easy place to start instead of spending a bunch of time being like, oh, what do I want to make the Pokemon doing? Well, they're sleeping. There you go. Easy enough. Okay. So one of these magnets is definitely smaller than the other. It's a little more even. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. Thankfully, this is a very simple Pokemon, which makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker to do the basic sketch. So I'm going to move on to a second layer, which is, in this case, pencils, which is just a bit of a cleaner, more organized sketch. It's still not my final lines. At some point, I will figure out, you know, what the background needs to be. All right, so turn down the opacity, make it nice and easy to see which layer I'm currently working on and which layer I am already done with. Start getting in some of these fine details. Now for me, I like making my pencils pretty detailed. I've seen examples of other artists who like to leave them still a little bit more rough, and they make a lot of the detail decisions in their inks, their final layer. Me, I find it easier to be able to focus on my pen pressure and the thickness of my lines when I'm doing my inking, and so I choose to go ahead and get a lot of those detail decisions done when I'm doing my pencils layer. There's a lot of flexibility there. It's kind of whatever works for you, right? Round this out a little bit here. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Zoom it on out. Did I actually start the timer? Because this is incredible. Oh yeah, it's almost out. Figures as soon as I go to look at it is when it actually is about to run out. Okay. There we are. Pencils down, everyone, including me, for reals. How'd we do, Frank? Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this. Other sketches, I've had a clearer sense of what I wanted the background to be and have started working that in a little bit more in the sketch thumbnail phase. This one is more just getting straight to the Pokemon, but overall, I can't complain. This is a good starting point. The goal, again, is just to get something that kind of gets the rough idea out, think about composition, get loosened up, and then if I wanted to go back and finish it at a later date, I've got something that I feel good about picking up on. And I think that checks all those boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and save this guy with my other warm-ups. It's funny, I especially wanted to mention the blue color on the sketches because I had a really cool opportunity to this week to talk with a young aspiring comics artist, like a kiddo through Superhero Project, and they had some questions about just like getting started doing comics digitally. And so we got to have a nice chat for I think the better part of an hour, and it was just really nice. It was good to share kind of my process and see like the kind of comics that they made and all the characters they did. And I love seeing how prolific kids are when they're like into it with the comic making or drawing. I feel like we could all learn a lesson from them. And it's, you know, they're having fun, and it's great. But I was sharing some of my pieces and like my process stuff, and he's like, well, why are your lines blue on the sketches? I'm like, oh, you know, because I used to make comics a long time ago, and this is when we had to scan them. Yeah, it was a good time. Okay, so where was I? I mainly just got panel 1 shaded here. A sip of water real quick. All right, did I get everything? I think there's a little bit left to go in panel 1. Little bit I wanted to do yet. We'll just jump kind of right on in. It was kind of the angle that I had going here, something like that. It's a little bit wonky there. Let's get that straightened out a little bit. There we go, and of course fill it all in. Warm up ready. All right. So are you storying it? Is that what you're saying, Frank? Let's see what you got. Hop over. Give me a second to bring that guy on up. Wait, did you start it, Frank? Looking for it. Just a second. Okay, well, if you wanted to share it and story it, just let me know and I can pull it up. Say goodnight to Ashley, everybody. Oh, or is it going to be on your Discord? Somehow it got cordoned off from our Discord and just kind of got weird. Definitely got weird. Let's check it out. Oh, it's storied? Okay. Not me just getting lost reading your Discord. It's all good. It's all good. I've figured things out eventually. I was going in thinking it was gonna be the Pokemon. This is not the Pokemon, so just to prepare everyone for that. Yeah, here we go. Like, oh, it's the Pokemon! It's the Pokemon! Which Pokemon is that? Alright, let's play it. Let's do it right now. Who's that Pokemon? Pick a name for this one. You should be a Pokemon. What do we got? We got Feniglock. Is that what we go with? Because you got like Fennec Fox, Feniglock. I like Feniglock. I think that's it for me. Crash Bandicoot. Just kidding. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I feel like I've heard that name before. It's a fox. Okay, yeah. I like it. I like the expression a lot. It's kind of that perfect, angry, unhinged feeling going on. Well done, sir. Well done. Foxer. Yeah, that works. I mean, I think sometimes something a bit, yeah, more to the point is good. Agreed. So what have you been drawing lately, Frank? So we can do that a little better. I'm gonna bring the brush size down a wee bit. That looks a little bit wonk. Let's fix that. Alright. Not bad. We can do. Keep that angle a little bit. I can fix that later. Later being now. That works. That works for me. You've been drawing nothing. Like, hey. No negative self-talk here. Come on. Come on. Go easy on Frank. He's our friend. I did see you. I saw you hopped on streaming yesterday? Was that yesterday? That might have been the day before. I joined in for a couple minutes before I had to run, but I think I saw you were watching, like, well, you were playing Dead by Daylight and also watching Hell's Kitchen, I think? Is that right? Is that right? I need you to find... Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. In today's day and age, I'm not sure I could even find one for myself. I feel like I've unlocked a story here, which is a good feeling. I like that. I'll take it. Wait a minute. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. All right, let's get this mulch looking nice and mulchy. Sounds like a rushed subject change, but actually just off the top of my head commentary. So, gonna try to not draw every single piece of mulch in here. I'm just going for getting some chunks in here, establishing the pattern by drawing some shadows. What was that? Oh my goodness. Intermixed with the details that I have drawn so that I can repeat it a few times and it kind of just becomes this very natural, like logical, oh, right, that's where there's texture. Also, to be fair, Ashley is not exactly a damsel in distress type. I feel like if any shenanigans had been attempted, there would have been a price to pay. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I don't need to overbake this. I just wanted to get a little bit in there to make sure that the wood chips seemed like wood chips. What have I done here? There we go. Nope, that was not it. Ugh. Sometimes the ease of dragging and dropping your Clip Studio toolbars oh goodness gracious, can make things very complicated when you accidentally drag something and drop it where it doesn't belong, and then you're like, oh no, where did all my stuff go? But we got it. We recovered it. We're good. We're good here. What were the lines in the Goose email comic? Like the really bad ones? I mean, I could make you watch the VOD just to find it, but I won't. No, it was panel 3 was just like a close in on Goose making like a really irritated face, and panel 4 was over his shoulder again, and it was literally just like a picture of a fan, because he said fan mail. Oh my God. It shouldn't make me laugh this much. It really should not make me laugh this much, but it just cracks me up. It's so bad. It's so bad. The alternate, I think, was something along the lines of like, OMG, that's the best VTuber model, or something like that. That was, I think, where we were at. Bring this brush size down a wee bit. Hey Frank, would you ever have any interest in putting some of your comics in a zine? Yep, I need to change my reference layer. There we go. Well, you're doing one, right. One that's maybe a bit of and not quite an anthology to the degree of the one that KCU is doing. Something more perhaps lightweight. This is not a remark on your ability. I'm going somewhere with this. You're down for anything, just give you $1 million. Well, that's going to be problematic, as I do not have that kind of scratch, as they say. I may be aware of a project in its early phases, for folks who just want to make stuff and like throw it out there, like on Amazon KDP, for print on demand. Where you could get a copy of your own stuff with some other folks' stuff, but like a low pressure type environment, just to kind of get out there, practice, and make stuff and put it out into the world. Anyway, there may be a project like that in the works amongst some creator friends And if you're interested, I could let you know the details about it when and if they come about. Oh, you could 100. I mean, I think your writing is absolutely there. I think your drawing is absolutely there. I think if you wanted to, you could absolutely be in one of the kids' comics anthology. Like, you're on brand for it. Everything, I think, is quite solid. It's just a much bigger time investment, so I'm hesitant to ask people for that. Also, this anthology project has is you know, it's a bit late, though. Hopefully they'll be doing more. I think a lot of us have had a good time making it. If not every single one of us, I just can't speak for everyone. And I think now that we've built the process to do it, there's probably quite a bit of interest to do it again. But that'd be like looking towards next year, I imagine. There's no official announcement, nor do I speak for Kids Comics Unite / studio. Comics done. That was ridiculously fast. I shaded like a banana. I mean, it's beautifully rendered, of course, but of course it's beautifully rendered, this banana, but still, that's fast. Gonna Instagram it in a moment. All right, just let me know. Just let me know. I don't know why I said it like that. Felt good in the moment, regretted it afterwards. You know how it goes. Tell you what, guys, it's been a rough couple of days. busy with everything, but just, man, have you ever been in that space where like you're done and like you're not here for any of it, whatever life is thrown down? Yeah, that's not so much me, because look, but rather one of the kids has kind of been in that headspace lately, and it's so tough because like we've all been there. As a parent, you're like, kid, I get it. I know what you're feeling right now, but like, could we please not burn it all down? It's been kind of one of those stretches, and It definitely wears you down, let me tell you. Yeah. Yeah, it's just been one of those kind of weeks. Maybe a little bit more like that. Okay. I shall not answer whom it is. To give them some level of, you know, privacy, anonymity. Just, yeah, just one of those life things. It's like, not bad. Okay. Okay, Instagram posted. Instagrammed. Alright, let me just do the thing that I do. I mean, is it the same as the picture of the fan? No, but I do, you know, respect. Let me bring that up real quick. I've got to do a fresh window capture because of course I do. There we go. All right, there we go. I'd like to think that I'm at least a little faster tonight than I've been. Trying to speed it up a little bit. Yay, I got fan mail. I do like the general format of the, you know, irritated face and then the turning things on their head panel for. I feel like we've all gotten a message like that. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it feels a little bit like querying when you've got a story and you're sending it out to agents or editors and you're so excited because you see they've replied, and then it's funny though because you learn there's different phases, there's different like stages of the rejections. Like there's some that just like you're not going to get any response, and just by 6 months they're like, yeah, just assume if you haven't heard. It's no. It reminds me of my 60s, which is the future. Anyway, then there's like the form rejection letter, which is kind of like, well, they put in the effort. And it's, you know, usually it's very nice and very, very congenial. It's like, okay, well, I got a form rejection letter, so it's, you know, could be more helpful, but at least it's an acknowledgement. I know that's done. I can move on. And then like eventually you progress. I don't think we've gotten fully there. We've gotten maybe a little bit more where it's like, it's just a little beyond the form where it's like, there's a little more personalized, a little more commentary on your story, stuff like that. A lot of our critique group partners have, you know, detailed that stuff. And then eventually it turns into a yes, which is pretty cool. But I feel like sometimes it can feel like the other ones are, you know, the form letters are a little bit that. I like it. Okay, let's keep on shading. Can't believe it's already 10:55. What am I doing with my time here? Okay. So I did not divide this into foreground, background. Just need to remind myself of what I did / didn't do. so I don't end up filling layers I didn't mean to fill. Okay, that all looks pretty good. Okay. Happy brewing time, Frank. I'm just shading my happy little trees over here, so I'll keep doing that. Now what's interesting is it's always hard to fight the temptation to like over realistically shade, like, oh, there needs to be a shadow here and a shadow here and a shadow there. You're back with the complete opposite of coffee? A glass of warm milk? Is that what? I don't know how this works. I'm confused. I like drawing a shadow on this tree because it really roots it to the ground. Sorry, everyone. Jeff, behave. What is actually opposite of coffee? Sometimes, oh, beer. Beer. You wrote that. It's beer. That makes sense. That, yeah. What kind? Bud Light Lime. Yeah, I don't either. I actually, I used to brew a little bit on my own. I had a good friend who got me into it. And so it ended up, especially once we had kids, it was just so much time to get a batch going and then bottle it, and it's not always a great time to have a beer when you're attending to kids. So eventually got out of the habit of it, but it's nice every now and then. I love that Epcot, they have their various festivals, so they have a lot of like special brews and stuff on tap. So like a few times a year, get a little one, try it out. Wagworks GA Distillery. I did do kind of like some interesting brews. It was like, it's a beer like process, right? You're using yeast. I did do but you do like a fruit juice or something like that, and then with the fruit juice you use, instead of like your more standard beer yeast, you use like a champagne yeast or something like that has a little more of the fruity notes in it, and also has a little higher tolerance for alcohol, so it can tolerate a little higher ABV than most of the beer yeast before they just kind of drown in the alcohol. Alcohol is yeast poop. I mean, yeah, it's right. You give them sugar, they fart out alcohol and CO2. That's what they do. That was really weird the way I said that. I don't know, guys. Am I okay tonight? I don't know. That was weird. That came out really weird. Anyway. Okay, where else would shadows make a lot of sense? The trash cans are not technically behind, or not technically the sun would be behind the trash cans, but for the sense of depth, we can do a little bit more of a shadow here. One of the best pieces of art advice that I've heard from several different places is like, your light sources and shadows don't always have to make perfect sense. And that's like both very comforting. It's like, oh yeah, because like, what's telling the story? And especially in this like cartoony style, almost shell shaded, you're really just using shadows to indicate what's in front of each other, so it can give it a little bit of that feeling of depth that way. Okay, that works. Oh, I was gonna do something with those there clouds there. That's give them just a little bit of that sense of depth and weight. Eat rice until then. Oh no. Sorry, that's gotta be frustrating. Not gonna make light of that. But yeah, like rice and beans, I know those are usually good ways to stretch it. Yeah, understandably. I don't really like that one that much. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it be, or do much simpler, smaller shadow on the far side of them. Something like that, just to give it, again, a little bit of volume, a little bit of depth. Nothing too crazy. All right. What's funny is I always underestimate this phase of things because I'm like, oh, it's just shading and I've already started a panel. How long could it possibly take? I'll be done way early, but maybe not so much. Also, when you have time, you tend to find more things to do. You tend to find more things to do with said time. Maybe like that, so it's like a little recess in the trees. Yeah, okay. All right, that works. That works. I feel like the music just got super chill for the last little bit here. Oh, gotta set my reference layer. My goodness. What am I doing? It's like I've never done this before. Coming along pretty good here. We are a little bit after 11. I do think I'll take this opportunity to go run to the bathroom, take a quick break. So I'm going to put us on Be Right Back. Yeah, and I'll be back in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Reference layers. Yeah, I just caught that now. But yeah, I'll be back in probably 2 or 3 minutes. And yeah, see you on the other side. All right, man, we're back. Hope y'all had a nice break. Yeah. All right, let's get back to it. Again, the music just got super chill. Maybe they'll be bringing it back up a notch. Jeff, what's Evangelion? Like the anime? Neon Genesis Evangelion? Like, it was like a 90s anime? I watched it, but a while ago. Tell you what, it's intense. It's pretty intense. Any reason that you ask? I should probably ask that. I mean, it does have a penguin in it, so that's cool. Your friends are talking about it. Okay. I think it's considered one of those, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if foundational necessarily is the word I'm looking for, but it's like kind of a classic 90s anime. It's most people are aware of it, know it. It's kind of, it was one of those ones that had a lot of, is in some ways very confusing, and in some ways very deep. I feel like, yeah, that one, I don't know. I like it. I acknowledge it for being kind of, you know, really, I guess not groundbreaking, but it's, yeah, maybe foundational is the word I'm looking for. But it wasn't one of my personal favorite series. Yeah. You think your cousin is named after a character? Like one of the three main kids? What was it? Rai, Shinji, and Asuka, I want to say. There's you know, obviously more characters, but I definitely am a little rusty on the rest of them. Oh no. What's oh no? It's a character from Robotech. That one I do not actually have any familiarity with. If you're gonna talk like Cowboy Bebop or Rurouni Kenshin, then I'd have more to add. But Robotech, I do not. I'm guessing it's got something to do with robots or something. Signature Miria Sterling. Interesting. Yeah, no, I know very little about Robotech. That's cool though. I like that we are in an age where children are named after anime characters. Especially high school me would take a whole lot of heart to that. Anime was not crazy popular in central Wisconsin at the time that I grew up. Shocking, I know. Simply shocking. Yeah, I'll just call this whole section. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have a few pixels of denounced shadow showing in here. Yes. Okay. That's all right so far. I do not think I'm the right person for this job. You know what? I realized I've been drawing the whole trunk shadow, so I'm like, wouldn't the tree just have like a big... Oh goodness, Jeff, come on. Yeah, it would be more like that. It'd be more like that. Not recently, but I can ask them to if you'd like, and they would gladly do so. I think it was, it was more out of that, kid response of like, oh, they call you old, why don't you just call them old? That whole thing, In fact, then wouldn't this whole thing be shaded? Oh, goodness. I'm overthinking shadows again. Because that's how we do it. I have the stabilization way too high on this. How's their education? Good, I think. I mean, we it's evaluated every year, right? They have to do that as part of the homeschool requirements here in the state of Florida. It's good. I mean, homeschool is, I think it's a good setup for each of them, right? Because they can move at their individual paces. One child very much likes to sleep in, and so being able to start their day a little bit later, not like super late, but like they're not getting up at 6:30 to catch any buses or anything, and that's helpful. Ashley teaches them. I'm a substitute teacher when she's out. I'll sometimes step in. I mean, really, she's got everything lined up, and I just kind of sit there and work while the kids do their worksheets and stuff. Substitute teacher rolling in the TV cart. You know how it goes. No. But yeah, we use a curriculum that Ashley found that's already prepared, so she's not having to prepare like a whole teaching curriculum. I didn't change. Okay. That could have been much worse because I didn't switch back here and do that. Okay. Better. Nope, not better. What happened? TV is built into the whiteboard now, Grandpa. I know. Seeing some of the because we were in some public school programs and some in-classroom programs back in Georgia, and seeing it is just like there's so much screen. Holy moly. Yeah, it's a bit different than my schooling experience. I'm on panel 3. Where is this not closed? Where? Oh, that's why. Because I was drawing on flat colors. There we go. For those of you who had that on your bingo card tonight, Jeff has drawn on the wrong layer. Please check that off on your bingo card. There we go. Yeah, it's I think it's really cool, like being able to be part of their schooling experience. Like, okay, That one was on me. I didn't remember that I'd undone setting the reference layer, but and just seeing all the tools like and stuff that's available now for kids, like, dude, having YouTube to just be able to look up pretty much how to do anything that I wanted to do when I was a kid would have been amazing. And also there's a lot of really good like places you can go to get specialty instruction. Actually, that's funny. I've spent some time over the last couple of weeks going through the application and approval process to teach on a platform called OutSchool. So basically where teachers and professionals can sign up as kind of independent contractors to use the platform to offer their own curriculum. Like, our kids have taken classes there for years now. Everything from like acting to kung fu to like Pokemon drawing. There's like a Dogman Comics Club, like all sorts of awesome stuff. And pretty much every experience we've had with it has been pretty great. So I got set up there. I might do a few like comics drawing classes. I think that would be a lot of fun, assuming I know what I'm doing. I think I do. Okay, do that. Add the sound effects layer. That is the wrong side of the line, my friend. Probably get rid of this. Yep. Okay. Oh, you know what? I need to get a little more grass shading in there. That's why everything on this layer has the white outline. That makes sense. Okay. Going back to this one. Okay. Okay, and actually I think I was missing some in panel 2, so let me just get that real quick. Okay, well here we are, panel 4. Look at that. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Had some wonkiness there for a second, but I think we're good. I do think this has been going a lot faster since I got past panel 1, which had so much more detail in it. Again, add a little bit of a shadow here, not so much because it's the exact correct lighting solution, but because it gives it helps read the depth, or helps the reader see like, okay, he's in front of this. It separates him out a little bit. Yeah, we did do that a little bit. Okay. Gonna make it trail off here towards the end. There we go. That sort of works. Okay. Guys, we're getting there. We're almost done. Alright, easy enough there. Give this a little bit of a shadow to help call a little attention to the Core Toons hidden reference in the comic. Okay, so this is largely done at this point. Wow, look at this. I mean, I know it was just shading on mainly 3 panels, but I'm pretty excited about this. Jeff, buy you an authentic Pokemon Emerald. Oh my gosh. You know what? I wish I hadn't gotten rid of my original one. I had that. I had that game cartridge. But I actually got rid of it. Traded it in. What song is this playing? King Lolo from Dubtendo. Wow. Wow. How much are those going for these days anyway? I'm a little bummed. There were like 2 or 3 Game Boy Advance cartridges that I had that they just disappeared. I to this day have no idea where they went. About $200. Holy moly. Yeah, shoulda held on to that one. That's okay. I let it go to make way for new games and new consoles and pass joy on to someone else. Yeah, I think I had a Fire Red cart that I might have had over 300 hours on and had completed most of the Pokédex by myself without trading, aside from trading between games that I owned. But it disappeared. It's gone. Who knows where it went? Who knows? I do need a title for this one. I think that's the one thing that I have not figured out yet, is a snappy title for this one. Maybe it's easy being green instead of it isn't easy. All go with? I kind of like that one. Mix that up slightly. Something like that. I mean, it's a good placeholder at least. Can talk about it with Ash, see what she wants to do. All right, we did it, guys. We did it. Amazing. It's amazing. All right. So, finished our main drawing. What do we want to do? What do we want to do here? We saved him. I wish I could claim that one. I can't. I can't. What should we do, man? Hey Frank, you want to draw or something? I got Magma open here, and maybe I could get a link to draw on this. We could try it. No, it's a website. It's just magma.com. Here, Discord? Discord. What is the best way to get you the link? Do you, I'm over on your Discord. I don't think I've actually, hold on. Okay. Discord or chat. I can just drop the link in chat. I don't think there's a crazy amount of lurkers here to and if anybody else wants to draw with that's here, I guess we could do that. They're welcome. Let's just chat. Let's try it out. So I think you'll have to create an account to get in, but it's free. And yeah, so what we'll do, hold on. Oh goodness. I did not prepare this overlay well, but I can do it. I got this. I see you in there. Yep. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Okay. Let's see. All right, so this is here we go. Look at this. We collaborating. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep, we each have our own set of layers. You can make, I think, as many layers as you want. I haven't really pushed it to its limit. But that was my finger trying to zoom about. There we go. But yeah, this is Magma. Are we making a comic? I like it. I realize it's gonna get chaotic as I like move and twist the canvas around on here, but that's fine. I'm just watching to see what we're setting up here. Okay, okay. All right, so what are we drawing, man? Do you have an idea to get this kicked off? No clue. All right. Okay, I'm gonna actually draw in black, white. Okay. What am I? Okay. Why is this a square tip brush? And how do I change that? Because I do not. Okay, let's try this. Try ink. Okay, you got something? If you want to keep the panels, I think you can create a separate layer. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You know what you're doing. What am I doing sitting here? Car drives away. Okay. Wait a minute. I don't know about this one, Frank. I'm not sure about this. I like the setup of it. Yeah. What if we made it Goose? What if Goose was in the car? Alright, well, I can at least start. Let's see. I'm just sketching. This is my sketch layer. This is how cars start out for me. So let's bring down the opacity a little bit, add layer on top. Oh, go back to here for a second. I should move that a little bit over then. Well, that doesn't work quite like I expected it to. That's better. There we go. Oh, goodness gracious. Did I really? There we go. Okay. Oops, that is. What happened there? Remember. Okay, so we can make it. Yeah, I can actually edit that car sketch and make sure it's Goose in there. I know I made him quite that angry, but that's fine. He's good. He's good, right? Wait, what happened? So, what do we have for scripts in here? I wish I could get a preview. I don't know all of these. Maybe not quite what I had in mind for a font, but it's fine. Is fine. Can I center this? That works. I like that one. That's good. We can make that font a little bit bigger then. Go up to what, like 40? 40 seems fine. And I'll space this out just to kind of get it a little bit aligned. Maybe we can go bigger. Too big. Let's go 52. 52? No, you know what? I'm just gonna snap it back to 48. 48's good. 48's great. There we go. Please, PSA to all individuals: do not leave children or geese in a car unattended. Maybe we can get Magma to sponsor us. I don't know, maybe that'd be pretty cool. So then maybe we'll have it to where like I love that. I like the angle on that one. That was great. Should we have the angle like slightly changing? What do you think? What do you think for panel 3, Frank? Wait, it has gestures? Okay, so there we're getting it to be more. With one eye open, pretending to be asleep. Panel 3 should be Goose in the. Oh, that would be fun. So Goose like in the foreground and then kind of there in the background talking. There's like the car window. Maybe a little bit more of it there, so then we have them. Yeah, like this. So yeah, something like this is what you had in mind? Perhaps. Perhaps. Yep. Do that black. I need to, okay. Good reminder to always leave room for your text bubbles. No, I don't like that on the third line. Okay, so I'm gonna scooch this out of the way for a second so I can fix this here mess that I made. Is there there's a lasso select. Okay. Because I have a lot of white space down here. Actually, hold on. Why am I doing this with a mouse? I don't even know why I'm doing it this way. Okay, avoid the dreaded tangent. Okay. Okay, I can still adjust a little further. I don't know. Okay. Frank, feel free to come in and start like laying over these the sketch lines that I'm doing. Because I know it's kind of, if you're doing the last panel kind of in your style, I don't want to clash with it too much here. I like it. I like it. This is fun. Readjust that a little bit for, there we go. So does this start the Goose GTA arc? Is that what's happening here? I like this. We should do more Magma. This is fun. This is good times. Rated R Goose. I don't know what just happened, but on my screen, like your cursor went absolutely crazy. Like you were drawing like 1,000 strokes in a second. Maybe that's how you get your comics done so fast. I don't know. Well played. Well played. Bring this brush size down just a wee bit. What just happened here? There we go. All right. Oh, you know what I want to do? Can I? Okay. How do I? That's not what I wanted. Can I tilt this? Where? Is there a rotate? There we go. Yeah. Get a little bit of that tilted off the rails feel going. There we go. Cool. Yep. Yep, this was on the wrong layer. Okay, what I can do. Every time, man. Cut and paste a new layer. Boom. There we go. No, but that didn't. All right. There we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. Look at you labeling your panels and everything. Like a pro. Hate labeling panels. I mean, you did a good job. You did a good job with it, though. Okay. So we've gone, it's 12:10, right? Like it's usually, this is the time that I would usually be done. As much as I would love to hang out and finish this right now, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna head over to just chatting and wrap up in a minute here. Frank, you're free to keep going on this if you want, or we can pick up on it another time. It is your call, what you feel like. But I love this. This is fun. This is a really good experience. You can only do like 10 undos. Oh no. My weakness. We work on this on stream? All right. Can I... Just to be safe, I'm going to export a ping of this. So I've got it. Just so we have a backup of what we've done so far. But, all right. So I'm gonna just hop on over here to... There we go. All right, I'm back to just chatting. I'm kind of just watching. Yeah, I don't think that was you. I think that was me. I think that was me. My OBS decided to drop out. Yeah, it was good times. Right on time for the end of stream, of course. I'm at fault. Yeah. Well, that was super fun. So let's see. Yeah, announcements for end of stream. Again, Anthology goes live on the Kickstarter campaign kicks off Tuesday. That's April 22nd. So Frank set up an awesome command for that. And is it KCA? Hey, it is. Yeah, so feel free to, if you haven't already, if you're interested, you can go there. You can sign up to be notified when we go live. Yeah, I'm excited for this book to come out. We've been working with some amazing people for the last year to put this together. So I'm very excited for that. And as part of that, also next week we will likely have someone on stream yet. I haven't lined that up yet if we will, but for probably the next 4-ish streams, we having some folks from the Anthology come on. We might do some Magma stuff. Otherwise, just kind of chatting, talking about their comics, their background, stuff like that. Some pretty good times, I think. Yeah, and if you are interested, there's the Ashley. All right, we reconnected. Yeah, I think OBS is dying too. Well, friends, I think that'll do it for tonight. Frank, yeah, it was super fun. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for drawing. We'll have to do more of this. This was good times. Yeah, that does it. Thanks for being here, everybody. Whether you were here chatting, drawing, lurking, whether you're watching the VODs over on Twitch or YouTube, I'm just happy you're here. I sure appreciate it. If you are over there on Twitch, feel free to drop a follow, or if you're over on YouTube, go ahead and drop a subscribe and a like, maybe comment, let us know what you think. All your support is greatly appreciated. You can find us on social media. Thank you, Frank. Wagworks GA pretty much everywhere. Website with our blog and some of my portfolio stuff is up there as well. Yeah, I mean, and when I say everywhere, I mean pretty much Instagram and YouTube. That's where we put most of our energy. And that's everything. All right. Let's go ahead and see if I can end stream before OBS crashes one more time. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you next time. Bye.